bigoted against trans women, subconsciously or consciously.
Although you may not be maliciously bigoted against women and girls, the behavior and the things that you're lobbying for are sexist. When you tell survivors of rape, sexual assault, and really any women and girls to deny the importance of sex recognition when it comes to sex-based safeguarding, that is sexism. When you are telling women and girls to deny the authority of their own eyes and ears when it comes to sex recognition, that is sexism. When you are telling women and girls that they do not have the right of consent, that they do not have the right to say no to men in their spaces and sports, regardless of those men's identity claims, that is sexism. When you tell women and girls that they do not have the right to boundaries around their body, that is sexism. And here's the thing. Our foremothers did not fight for spaces and sports that are sex segregated to have places for us to hang out with our woman identity. Those places and sports were created for the protection, privacy, safety, and integrity of our bodies. Women and girls who reject this ideology, we don't reject men in our spaces and sports based on their claimed identity. We reject them in our spaces and sports based on their sex. I just feel like all your time and attention, which I know you have, would be more effectively spent lobbying for better access to mental health care for people who are delusional about their bodies and about their identities. Of course, having any kind of mental delusion or body dysmorphia is never the victim's fault, but it is on the victim to take responsibility for their symptoms. It is never appropriate for men to violate the boundaries that women and girls have around our bodies, regardless of what symptoms they are going through. And if one of those symptoms, although it feels valid, results in the boundary violation of another group, that is just entirely inappropriate. That constitutes abuse, and there is never an excuse to abuse women and girls. And although those men might do it without malice, it still is a form of abuse, and it's still a form of sexism. Does that make sense?
You may